Heyo! Happy Thursday, y'all. My name is James. This is my channel, Big Ol' Words. Today I'm going to be playing Dynamite Headdy for the Sega Genesis, which is somewhere between known and unknown. I don't really know. It's definitely a game that I feel like my homies probably would have never heard of, but I feel like if you're kind of into the Sega Genesis library, you probably heard of it. Yeah. Let me switch to the little view. Oh yeah, hey, what's up, guys? As always, thank you for being here, especially the folks I see every week, DFLJ, Jeff Linkwitz, anyone else I haven't said hi to. Mr. Bumpet says, love the video, I'm a new watcher, but really enjoy your videos. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Yeah, let me boot it up. Let's see what's up. We're playing on my Sega Genesis. I almost said original. I never owned a Sega Genesis as a kid, so this was actually my buddy Will's that he gave to me a couple years ago. That comes with a Sega CD attachment, and it works okay. I'm still kind of struggling to get the video quality how I want it to. I think I was reading recently that the Genesis had kind of terrible video out, so not something I'm super knowledgeable about is AV. I do my best, but I'm sure you guys could tell what could make this better or worse. I really don't know. Hey, Banama's last name. That's what's up. Good to see you if you're not hanging for a little bit. If you've never played Dynamite Headdy, sorry, I'm struggling with the volume here. If you've never played Dynamite Headdy, it's a really strange game. It was made by Treasure, who also made Gunstar Heroes and Light Crusader. And they were like a spin-off of Konami, essentially. It's like a bunch of guys who worked there. And it's something I didn't even necessarily realize, because recently I've played Legend of the Mystical Ninja and Castlevania Bloodlines. And when you play those games, you can absolutely see that the guys from Treasure worked on them. Like, they have a very distinct animation style that only they did, and it really shows. So it's really a fascinating game. I'm not particularly great at it. I don't think I've ever beaten it, and I haven't played it in years, so we'll see how well I do at it. But it doesn't matter, because it's just really cool to watch. I've also got a backup game in case I get bored of this or I just keep dying repeatedly. So we'll try something else if things get rough. Toys in the Hood. I bet you didn't know that this game... Let's see. Yeah. Matt Sweeney. Hey, Matt is saying he can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me okay? It shows that the mic is working on my side, so if you guys can't hear me, let me do something. Let's see how much easier I can make this. I cannot. So, got cancel head, attack, jump. Okay. It really has been a while, so I honestly can't remember anything about it. The main mechanic is that you can use your head to do everything. To kill people, to like grab onto shit, and then you can get all these weird power-ups that do stuff. And you're kind of like a puppet, and this is like a big play production. It's really strange and awesome. I think if I were, I don't know, as someone who at one point did a lot of drugs, this is like a perfect game. But I also think if you didn't do a lot of drugs, this is also the perfect game. Like, it's just the weirdest and most interesting looking game on the system, in my opinion. Someone else mentioned there's a McDonald's game that they made, which, if I'm correct, was only in Europe. Maybe it is. If it is for the Genesis, then I have been fucking up because I meant to get it. For some reason, I thought it was only on the Mega Drive. But yeah, they did a McDonald's game. So yeah, you can see right away, the game just started, and already it's fucking insane. Like I'm not even controlling anything. I'm literally just jumping, and my guy is running automatically. I think it's more like an introductory stage, but it really tosses you straight into the absurdity right away. Oh, I can't hit him. Okay. Your health meter is that big spotlight at the top. Right now it's green. as you get hit, it'll decrease, or it'll change to yellow and then red. It said A cancels head. I don't remember what that is. I think that might be like it cancels the power up that you get. And there's like a bunch of weird ones. You like have a vacuum cleaner. One of them makes you tiny. I don't even remember all of them now. And that's Dynamite Headdy, who I have no idea why they called it that, or what the fuck they were thinking when they designed this game. Nothing about it makes any sense. It is one of the silliest. I can't remember. I feel like I'm missing something here. A lot of this game is not really about, it's not like playing Mega Man or something. Most of it's about kind of solving a puzzle, but I can never remember what that puzzle is. Like a certain thing that you have to do. Like, you don't grab these things. What the fuck do I do? Oh, there we go. I hit him. Okay. So not the best start. But yeah, I feel like every boss is like this, where you can't really tell what's going on or if you're hurting him or not. And I might just be in a bad spot here. Okay. I'm still gonna go that way. Like, I don't know how I really avoid that, the blue stuff. Yeah. Guess I fucked that up. Damn, and I had to do all that again? Hold on one second. Fuck that. If I'm gonna die, let's just die. Jesus. Let me check in and say hi. Really thought that was the Crunch Ant. I'm not familiar with the Crunch Ant. I was about to say this game has drugs written all over it. Yeah, if I didn't know it was made by Japanese people who I don't usually associate with drugs. That's a gross stereotype, by the way. I'm sure Japanese people do drugs, but I think the Treasure people were weird, but you never know. I mean, Gunstar Heroes is not as ridiculous as this. It definitely has a lot of the weird graphical things that they were able to accomplish and no one else could really do. But it's not as surreal. This is definitely like someone just said, do whatever you feel like, and they did. They did whatever they felt like. They threw everything on here, and none of it makes any sense. So if you couldn't tell, I just reset it because I lost a life. And there are finite continues, so I want to try and make it as far as I can. And I didn't do very well at that first boss. I won't reset again, so if I die, I die. I've been playing way too hard of games all day today. Don't tell my wife. But no, I was, between projects, I was recording footage for like my Mega Man clones video that I'm working on. And it's like all the most frustrating games, like Darkwing Duck and, God, what's that? Cryon Conquest, like, just merciless, irritating games. I was just screaming. So it's pretty funny to be playing this, and of course my immediate thought once I died was to reset, because that's what I was doing. I was getting so mad and like just resetting constantly while playing, especially Darkwing Duck. Fuck that game. Hate that game. Like these little dudes in the background pulling the curtain, killing it. They're like tiny muscle men. See, I think I'm fucking up by getting behind him here. Like I need to be on this side. Yep. Okay. If you guys got some hot tips, I will take any hot tips. Yeah, I don't know. What am I missing? Like, it doesn't seem like it should be this hard to hit him. And that'd be funny. Yep, there you go. All I had to do was hit him twice. That's fucking terrible. Oh yeah, Crunch the Chocolate Bar. Yeah, I can see it now. I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I. Yeah, it's seriously like play the. I read that this was like one of the first games. It was like they made Gunstar and then they made this and Light Crusader and Alien Soldier or whatever at the same time, and I think that was like maybe 1994 is when this came out. So everything they made for the Super Nintendo with Konami, like you can tell, just look at them, you can tell that they're treasure Konami games. Especially Legend of the Mystical Ninja. You can, like, when you fight the bosses, you can see the way that they animate and they have all these, like, rotating pixels and stuff that they're definitely... Oh yeah, this is just kind of showing you all the power-ups. So this is a star head thing. And then this one is a bomb. It doesn't seem very effective. There's a vacuum, it sucks everybody up. That's very effective. Let's see what the hammer is. The hammer is just like a harder version of your head. Not as effective. So yeah, cancel means you're getting rid of whatever power-up you have. Oh yeah, what's that one? That's just regular? Yeah, the bomb sucks. That's not very useful. I think I'm gonna die in the introductory level. Ugh. I don't know what this one is. He just shoots stars out of his nose? I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. Yeah, crying is really hard. I like finally got a little bit further than I did the last time I played it, but it didn't make me enjoy it anymore. It just made me resent it even more. I like this. I mean, just there's no timer or anything. I can just walk around. But look at all these little dudes who you assume at first are enemies. You got this crying lady. These guys just posted up, waving their hands. This guy rocking back and forth. Just little dudes. NPCs, which is not something you really see in a action platformer. But those are NPCs. So this is the other mechanic, is you use these guys as like grappling hooks. Like that. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Uh-oh. I did not hurry up. This was for a long time the game that, like, when people would come over, I would show them, just because it's so ridiculous. And now I don't know what that game is. I'm so stuck in NES land that usually when people come over, I've got some NES game that I'm working on that I'm show them or whatever. But this, and like I did play a lot of Gunstar Heroes. I've played it enough that I actually don't really enjoy it that much. That's why I haven't really tried to play it on the stream. I find it's like a little too simple. Like, it looks awesome. It's still fun, but it just feels too easy almost. Like, you just kind of, it doesn't feel like you're really doing anything after a while. But maybe that's just me. This maybe like spiritual warfare. Like whatever weird Bible game I had laying around is the games I would show people. Thanks for giving us a shout out on the last video. Thank you guys. Even though I think you guys missed at least 4 games that I didn't talk about in the in the last video. So yeah, thank you especially for Rescue the Embassy. I didn't remember. I don't think I've ever played it, so I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a few King's Knight, which I didn't think about, but yeah, you can change characters in that. God, I'm trying to think what else. Flying Warriors, I didn't remember that. Someone said that Star Wars you can change characters. I didn't know that. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 others, so it sounds like I will do a part 2 of that at some point. It's like a little whack-a-mole section. You get a little, whatever the fairy is from Ocarina of Time. Listen! Just calibrating my controller here, guys. It should be noted that a lot of games don't really have this. Oops. Like a introductory stage. I was recording footage of Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja, and I'd kind of forgotten that when you play, I think it's the Acid Rain level, which is kind of complicated. You have to do sort of several things at once. There's a little intro that explains, he like goes through an animation, it shows you how to do it. It's like, man, so many NES games would be so much easier if they just had something like that that explained what was going on. Like Rescue the Embassy mission, I had no idea. I don't know if I'm doing well or poorly here, but I'm definitely bored of this. Anything else could be happening right now. I don't know if I think I might have failed, actually. Shit, I don't want to do that again. Said Friday the 13th counts. Does it? For some reason, I thought Friday the 13th you could only change when you got killed. I didn't realize you could change at any point. At which point, then yeah, then I do need to talk about it. Thank you. That you said you liked it. I really don't want to do that again, but I think I fucked that up. Maybe I can skip it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I can just skip it. Then screw it, let's not do it. So this is like technically the beginning of the game. And you can kind of... It is linear, like you have to go a certain way, but there's like lots of different paths you can take that you don't have to, they just kind of give you different power-ups and stuff. I was debating playing this game, I think because I didn't really know if anyone was that familiar with it. To me, this is like 1,000 times more interesting than playing, I don't know, Mega Man or something, but... you know, the thing I've kind of realized the longer I do this is like, yeah, this is my whim of what I want to do, but really you guys are the ones who watch it and, you know, have an opinion on whether it's enjoyable or not. So you tell me if this is not the kind of game you want to see me play, or is something else you think would be more interesting. Holler, I'll give it a shot. I think next week my buddy Steven's gonna come over and we're gonna play probably Streets of Rage. I don't know which one yet. Another game I've played a million times, so I'm a little hesitant to. And I've only played Streets of Rage 3 a little bit, but I don't remember liking it quite as much as 2. But I do love 2 so much that I really can't get tired of it. Another game that, like, anytime a friend comes over, it's like, yeah, let's just play Streets of Rage 2. It's just very accessible in that way. Oh, what's sleep? Hold on. So there's all these different heads. Let's try some heads. This is just him getting tired. Cool. Take a little nap. That might have recovered. No, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Streets of Rage 2 is one of the best games on the Genesis. Yes, totally agree. Streets 1. You know, I'm not as into Streets 1. I don't have anything against it, but I'm not as into it. Oh, yeah. So if I can get small here. Yes. Okay. So now I'm tiny. I can go this way. And it doesn't matter. It's just for kicks. But yeah, there's like a totally different side area you can go to if you're a tiny boy. And I can get this banana? Yum. I don't know. It's like kind of, I don't even know if you guys can tell what any of this stuff is, but it's just a bunch of little dudes. I think that's it. Yep. Risky Goomler says this game is classic. Yes, it is. And he said I have an amazing collection. Thank you. My thank you. My Genesis collection's not as wild as my my NES collection, but I do still love it. It is my second largest of all the oh. It's like it was telling you not to go there. That's confusing. Huh? No, not that one. It's got some goggles on that freeze time. I don't really understand what that means. But I think I can hit this repeatedly. Cool. Oh, he's got a basketball. Look out. Like, this enemy is... Who sketched this out? Like, who ran this by the boss and was like, yeah, this is what the level 2 bad guy's gonna look like. It's like kind of like a hot dog toy. I don't know. And there's gonna be an orchestra behind him. They're all playing the same instrument, though. It's so insane. So yeah, I also never had a Genesis. Every kid I knew had a Genesis. In Atlanta, where I'm from, I didn't know anyone who had a Super Nintendo. Super Nintendos were not cool. Everyone had a Sega Genesis, and so I never had it. That's why I have so many NES games. I just kept collecting for that system, but I did end up playing a lot of Genesis just because my friends had it. So I've probably got maybe 200 here, somewhere around there. Not a ton, but pretty much any game you can think of that is like pretty well regarded I have. What I don't really have is like every nostalgic game. I feel like there's lots of games that people played and loved that I don't have. Not a lot, but some. Well, that's pretty trippy. Hold on. Well, that... Okay. But pretty clearly Treasure, that they were obviously like masters of what they were doing. Like, to be able to pull this off, I don't know anything about programming games, but I have to assume this is pretty goddamn difficult to do. To make a rotating stage that you can interact with, that also has the physics of like dragging you up and down, seems really complicated to me, especially for a 16-bit game. But like I said, I've never programmed a game. I have no idea how they really work. Seems like I should just be able to jump to the right here, but I think I have to kill these guys. Okay. I really want to just jump to the right, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die, so I'm hesitating. Okay, cool. Cool. I think it's an extra man. I assume that's what everyone called extra lives is extra man. I don't know why. That's what I call it. Not plural, extra man. Yeah, this one, you have to you have to hit them while you're flying. How the hell do you do that? It's very disorienting. Like, I don't really know what that's indicating. You can't control what's happening here, by the way. It's entirely out of your hands. You're just trying to swing wildly and hit this dude. And now vacuum him, apparently. Whatever that may do. Like, I'm pressing down, now I'm pressing up, but I'm not really doing anything. Let's see if I can get a different power-up. I have no idea what that does. This is so insane. And I wonder how well this translates if you've never seen it. Like, can you tell what I'm doing? Can you tell what's happening on the screen? Because I can't even really tell what's happening. And I'm playing it. Like, I'm trying to hit this guy. But it's pretty fucking hard. And my hand is starting to hurt. Yeah, I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be really... Oh, thank God. I really did not want to do that again. I take it back. This game sucks. What is NES Mess? I'm not familiar. Extra Man is an Atari arcade era. I didn't know that. I started at the NES, so does the stage require any skill or is it luck based? I mean, kind of. it required a lot of luck. It's kind of like if you've ever tried to throw a ball while moving, you kind of have to throw ahead. Oh yeah, there's a basketball. But honestly, it was pretty lucky. That's why I didn't want to do it again, because I didn't really have any strategy whatsoever. This is pretty fun. You just bounce basketballs and try and get them to go in. There's no great strategy that I've found. It's kind of just luck. I mean, hopefully there's some strategy, because I haven't made any in. Jeez. Oh, that one went in. Alright, that one went in. I think I got 2 in. Okay, something happened. Cool. I've never really wanted to have an arcade cabinet. Not because I don't love them. They're just... I always thought it'd just be really hard to pick one, and even the ones I really loved and want to play it forever. I mean, I've been thinking about that since I was like real little. Like, what game would I play forever? And but I think now it's probably the basketball game, where you just throw the basketball in the hoop. It's pretty fun. It's something I never really played as a kid. It was kind of like, I felt like more of like a kind of jock, like shitty kids would always be playing it, but as an adult I find it really fun. Oh, you love this, Tom? Thank you. Some special lady might have given it to me. This game's pretty wacky. Yeah, I think that lady's hitting on you, James. Whoever she may be hitting on me. 5 shots. Congratulations. Remember 8? Okay. So I never processed it, but the Z's that just makes you pass out, it just recovers your health, which is pretty cool. Guest puppet invited to the battle show? Battle show? Ooh. This guy's like a marionette, I think. I can't remember. Yep. Not really sure how to avoid that. I guess I can jump through. Yo. Oh, he grabbed my head. It took me a second. It's like, why aren't I attacking? Oh, grab my body too. I think that'll probably kill me. Yep. That's actually pretty tough. Okay. Basketball, like physical basketball that you throw at the hoop and it keeps score. Sometimes the basket moves. I love those games. Like I said, as a kid, I never really liked it. Like, I feel like the kid who was wanting to beat the shit out of you was really good at it. But as an adult, I find them really fun. Especially when there's like two hoops and you can play with it with someone else. I think my wife and I played it at the like what used to be my arcade as a kid. Now it's like a tabletop gaming place, but they still have that machine. Jeez. Oof, that was some bad aim. Come on. Oof, that was close. Can I go back this way? Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's fucking sleep this one off. Cue the sex bots. Yeah, we'll see. They haven't been showing up the last couple times, like I planned. Yeah, and I do love the idea of having like a multicade. My friend who lives in LA married this guy who had like one of those. I can't remember if it's called the MVS or the AVS, the stand-up Neo Geo arcade, and that shit ruled. He just had like a bunch of games and you could swap them out. Oh yeah, I like the three-pronged Dynamite Head, and that was the only arcade I really thought was like pretty neat because you could like collect those games. I bought him a game when him and my friend got married. And I just love that you could like swap them out. You could buy the decals, and it was just like really having your own arcade. And then I know you can get ones that have like a billion games. I've always struggled with the billion games options thing. What the fuck is that? What is this? Other than me getting killed, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Why is it? What the fuck was that? I looked like one of the California raisins. Please don't make. Okay. That was so strange. I'm still not really sure what that was supposed to do. See time. Amazing. Amazing. This guy rules, by the way. Such specific limbs I have to hit. Alright. So I guess that's it, you get 2 hits. Yes, target. Sorry guys, I'm a little congested. I always complain to my wife that I get sick around this time and I never really... Oh, I got it again, god. I have no idea. I think that just kills you instantly. I'm so confused. Yeah, I always complain that I get, like, not sick, but, like, allergies, and never really known why. I still don't really know why, without really ascertaining. But then I learned about ragweed this week. That apparently this is ragweed season, which is, at least in Atlanta. So now I'm dealing with some ragweed shit. And, yeah, it sucks. It's like non-stop runny nose and now just congestion. So I apologize if I sound a little different. It's unfortunately kept me from recording audio this week, which has been very frustrating because I'm used to, I usually record like an episode a week, even if I don't actually, don't you dare, don't you give me that shit. What's my target, bro? I find it hard to believe they would just give you an item that just kills you instantly like that just did. Don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh wait, I need that disease. Oh god, please don't kill me. Yeah. See if I can just pass out. Take a little breather. Soundtrack definitely has that chugging Genesis vibe to it. Alright. That target is very helpful, because otherwise I would have no idea what I was supposed to be attacking. Oof, it's gonna be close. Nope. Shit. Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm absolutely sure there's continues. Did I just not press something? Fuck! Oh, that's annoying. Cool. Cool, guys. That was really fun. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Alright, let's go back. I'm pretty sure that I can skip a lot of this that I just did. I will have to do a couple annoying sections again, but I'm pretty sure you have continues in this game, so that's pretty annoying. I'm not sure what I did wrong there. Cool. So how are you guys doing? As always, I am here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm from. But I always like to hear where you guys are checking in from, which somehow seems to be all over the world, which still blows my mind every time I ask it, but it's still pretty cool. We are an international community here. I'm going to get up tomorrow. Well, I'll be getting up because I have a small child, but then getting up and watching the U.S. is playing Japan in Japan at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And it just, I love that. Like, when the World Cup was in Japan, it was like the same thing. I would stay up till 5 in the morning watching games. I loved it. It's just so weird to be like connected to something like that across the world at such a weird time. And that's how I feel whenever people tell me that they're, yeah, in New Zealand or something, watching the stream. It's like, that's pretty awesome, dude. Because I have no idea what day or time that means it is for you. But it's pretty cool that you made that effort. Alright, I'm not gonna fuck this up. I think I could run under him there and I wouldn't have taken any damage. Yep, Covina in the house, Ontario in the house. Ooh, and London. Okay, and BC, look out, Canada in the house. Who are some of my favorite Simpsons characters? My favorite Simpsons characters. I don't know. That's a tough one. Ned Flanders is really great. They're all really great. I mean, not now. Not now. It's whatever it is, but yeah, I don't know. That's a really hard question. it's such a good show that I think I kind of enjoy them collectively. So that I never really thought about one in particular. I think I showed you guys I have tattoos here of Troy McClure and Flanders as the devil. But that was really more like to fit the god and devil theme of having like a tattoo on each side of my chest. More than it was that they were specifically my favorite characters, but I do like Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz. And Lyle Landley, the monorail guy, is pretty amazing. Oh, that was a hole. I thought that was somewhere I was supposed to go. Alright. If you're just joining us, we are playing Dynamite Headdy for the Sega Genesis / Sega Mega Drive, whichever one you call it. I definitely have interacted with a lot of folks in the UK where the Mega Drive was a much bigger deal than it even was here in the US as the Genesis, so I get the distinction. I'm not as gung-ho about my aversion to calling this the Mega Drive as I am about saying that the NES and the Famicom are the same. I definitely, I don't know how to explain it, but I've got a lot of thoughts. I might make a whole video just refuting the people who constantly comment on my videos about stuff relating to the Famicom. I've got thoughts. Not interesting thoughts, just fucking super nerdy, over-analytical thoughts as usual. Glad to hear there's some Maryland folks. Flanders, yeah, you gotta love Flanders. Used to ride and skate at the Orleans skate. Oh, you guys are talking about somewhere else, sorry. God damn it, did it again. God damn it. I'm really not trying to do that. Okay, here we go. Let's get small. Go our little route. Yeah, we're playing Dynamite Headdy, made by Treasure, who are the far and away the most interesting developers for the Genesis. They also made Gunstar Heroes, Alien Soldier, which was never released in America. I'm not gonna make this show. Oh well. And Light Crusader, which is a isometric role-playing game, kind of like Mario RPG or Landstalker, sort of, but a little more RPG. I couldn't really get into it, but it's kind of interesting. Gunstar Heroes is, I think this is the best, but Gunstar Heroes is probably the best game overall. I mean, it's usually cited as one of the best Genesis games, but it's pretty fun with two players. Like I said, it just gets a little repetitive. Doesn't really feel very challenging at times. Whereas this game is pretty challenging. But not impossible. I will beat it. Maybe. I've never beaten it, so I don't know that for sure. Nope, don't want to be small. Don't want to freeze time. It's kind of hard to tell from the little icons which one does what. Like, I guess that two, like, what looks like panes of glass means freeze time, but I would have guessed. Cool. Kind of Maryland. Sweet. My family is from Alexandria. My mom. So we spent a lot of time in Maryland. My grandparents kind of retired there to the Chesapeake. St. Martin's is what it was called. Or is it St. Michael's? I get them confused. But it's beautiful. All I remember about it now, because I don't remember much, is horseshoe crabs, which I had never seen before. They are fascinating animals. I'm sure you can find them all over the place, but much love for Maryland. My dad's family is all from Western Pennsylvania, farm country, kind of like closer to Ohio than Pittsburgh, but out there. It's definitely out there. Then my wife's family is from Mexico, from kind of similar places, but Mexican equivalents of them, farm and city. So yeah, right before this, I went to a very random event, which was that fuck me. My friend whose husband has the Neo Geo, her dad was a prosecutor here in Atlanta, and he prosecuted a famous trial here, maybe not so famous nationally or internationally, but it's called the Atlanta Child Murders, and they've made some documentaries about it. If you've seen the show Mindhunter, that was on Netflix, which is pretty good. They have a whole section about it. But yeah, he's a prosecutor, and he wrote a book about the Atlanta Child Murders. And so my dad and I went to go listen to him talk. It was pretty funny. I mean, he was great, but him and my dad were buddies. Back in the day, my dad actually bought our first house from my friend Elizabeth's dad way before we ever met each other. It was just kind of one of those random things, and so it was just cool to watch her dad kind of talk and how much it reminds me of my dad, like waxing on about stuff. It was pretty great. Chris Ray said he got spooked by his own Halloween prop. That's awesome. There's like a few people in my neighborhood who have like the permanent, it's not permanent, but like all year round they have like a werewolf or like a mummy sitting on their front porch, or like a Jason mask or something. And it's like, you know, you get used to it, you start to notice it, but it's like, yeah, I feel like if I lived there every fucking day, I would think someone was breaking into the house. I mean, they're just like, seriously, like at least 2 or 3 houses in our neighborhood just have something like that sitting on their front porch all the time. And maybe it works like a scarecrow and it just keeps burglars away, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, this one, whichever one this is, the green head, has a longer reach, so this is actually more effective here than the other options, but I didn't really see which icon that was. Like I said, they're not really clear like what that red circle means. I have no idea. We'll see if we can get an upgrade here. The vacuum kind of sucks in this level. Like, I don't know what this one does. Yeah, like I can hit it from there. That really makes a huge difference. Because you can only really hit him when you're spinning around him, when you're orbiting him. And so it's a lot easier when you have that green head, because you can actually hit him from distance. Damn. 12-foot clown? That's pretty killer. No, I got the B. God damn it. Alright. Oh, I actually didn't want to do this. I don't care. Oh well, sorry. You get to watch some more basketball. We could all reminisce about how we did or didn't play the basketball game at the arcade. So I feel like you can play as many times as you want, but you have to break those bombs if they hit the, like that. If they hit the machine, then they destroy it. But honestly, I don't really care. Maybe I'll just let this end here. Check in with you guys. When you said 12-foot clown, all I could think of was the bed that Homer makes Bart when he's a little kid. It's like just a giant clown with its arms like wrapped around the bed. Yeah, how do I just end this? Oh, there you go. If you press A, you can just end it. That's pretty sweet. Work on your game. I hear you. Oh, cool. Jeff says he's enjoying Yellow Magic Orchestra, which is something I talked about the other day. They're pretty interesting. I don't know if, like, you just went to Spotify, you would find kind of the stuff I'm talking about. It kind of just popped up, and the titles are all in Japanese, so I couldn't even tell you what specifically I was listening to, but I think if you, like, Googled them and video game music, a few examples would come up, and you'd listen to it and be like, oh, okay, cool, I see it, or hear it. Because it definitely sounds like this. I mean, it sounds like 16-bit, especially Sonic is what it really reminds me of. Uh-oh, it's got my head. I don't really know what you do here. Nothing. Go. Alright. This is where I lost last time, right? Yes. So I think the main thing I kind of missed out on is I didn't really utilize the sleep. Yeah. And I don't know if it'll give you a million of those, but like, I feel like that was kind of necessary. And maybe to pay better attention to which one is the target. I was just kind of wilding, hitting whatever I felt like here. But that is not effective strategy. Cool. Yeah, this is super funky Genesis music. Alright, not that one. Whatever this one is this a green head? Makes you go super fast. It's like a ice level slickness. It's kind of annoying, actually. Like, I think you could throw it further, but you move like you're sliding back and forth. Alright, let's see if we can get another sleep in here. There we go. Oh, where are you going? Yeah. Yeah, it was way easier that time. What's up to anyone I haven't said hi to? I'm just gonna read out some random names because you guys are awesome for being here. But Bathory Rubber Ducky. That's Bathory's Rubber Ducky. Is that like? That's awesome. Michael McGee, Chris Ray, Jeff Lindquist, and Matt Sweeney. I said hi to. Pogo Party. What's up? J Rock. Hey, what's going on? And DFLJ, I've already said hi to. And anybody else who's here, what is up? Yes. We were playing a little Dynamite Headdy. And sorry, yeah, I mentioned earlier I'm a little congested, so I might just keep drinking whatever I have laying around. Let's see what we got. trying to expand beyond just root beer. It's kind of getting to be too sweet. So this is a Pellegrino. Give it a shot. Hit me. Okay. I don't think that was a great idea. Okay. Okay. Huh. I don't know how I feel about this. And I don't know if I made it this far, actually. This doesn't look very familiar. Okay. Oops, sorry. So yeah, working on some Mega Man stuff, which will coincide with a couple videos that I've been trying to make. So like, I've been meaning to review Totally Rad for a while, but haven't really got around to it. But this is a great excuse where I can kind of play it simultaneously. Oh, okay. It's never really totally clear. Look at this cool guy just hanging up in the in the rafters. Yeah, this is a good one. Whoa. Cool. What the fuck is that? Okay. Like, just look. All right, so you look at this guy, just kind of strung over the beam, and then this dude in underwear just pumping away, working these gears. Love it. Like, just to like really care so much about what you're doing that you put that level of detail into it is pretty amazing. I think all of us have played a ton of shitty games where you can clearly tell that people put zero effort into it. And so it is, for me at least, really rewarding to see something like this where clearly a lot of time was put into it. Oh, that wasn't good. Oof. Okay, so the red circle is a vacuum. I would have never guessed. Alright. That's awesome. What is the point of this? You're like skewering these things on here, but I can't figure out why. What was the point of that? I don't know. What the fuck was that? And how the hell do I get out of here now? I don't know. Like, you can't keep hitting him. Oh, up here. Okay. No, but you have to hit him up top. Alright, what am I missing here? Okay, I see. We're gonna take a nap. It's pretty great. I actually love this mechanic, because not only do I... Oh, there's the chat bots. Not only do I get to take a nap, but now I get to check in with the chat here. You explained Mega Man to your girlfriend, she described it as Mega Man as a douche. Damn. She may not be wrong. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I ask every time, but I haven't followed through, but if anyone wants to be a moderator, probably the easiest way to remind me, because I'm bad at looking back in the chat, but if someone wants to be a moderator, so you can just delete the chat bot person for me, Shoot me an email at bigoldwords@gmail.com. And if I've seen you comment a bunch, that'd be super helpful. I haven't had too many issues with, like, I don't know, just terrible people or something. Someone I thought really needed to be removed or something, but just in case, it might be helpful. Shoot the... Let's see. Oh. I see. Huh. It's pretty hard. Oh, that worked. Okay. It's like I couldn't figure out what to do, and there's clearly a sign right here telling me exactly what to do. I'm just gonna pause for a second. Christmas came early. Yeah, I don't know where these guys come from, but... You're saying I need the vacuum for certain power-ups. That would make sense. Like, something like that, probably. I don't know what this guy does, but he looks cool. Whee! Yeah, I don't think I've made it this far. And it's really fun, like... That's kind of why I wanted to play this. I've been wanting to play more games I know better, because I feel like it would be more fun for you guys. But, that's where the vacuum comes in handy. But part of it, too, is, like, I kind of want to just play something that's fun and silly. I don't know what this is. No. And I feel like that's really what this game offers, is, it's kind of like surprise and uncertainty and some really random shit. It's really fun. Like, I really highly recommend it if you've never played it, because it's just, you just never really know what's happening. So you're constantly, like, in awe. What the hell is that? You're kind of in awe of, like, what's happening, and also, like, what you can do and can't do, and what's... It's just... Everything is unexpected. Huh. Alright. Oh, God, I can just feel the congestion. Sorry, guys. Am I hyped for the Mario movie? Fuck no. But who knows? I like the Chip and Dale movie that they made recently. I would have never guessed, but it was actually pretty funny. Let's go little. So yeah, maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I'm not so much of a hater that I would just say outright that it won't be good. I have no idea. Well, that's interesting. I don't... Okay. The perspective was a little confusing. I mean, I guess you could probably say that about every part of this game, but I couldn't really tell what it was asking me to do, and now I get it. Or maybe I don't. Oh, I see. So I have to have the hammer? Maybe? Let's find out. Yep. Ah, come on. I like that they make them temporary. Not really that you, like, you can get hit and you lose something, but, like, they just give you a limited amount of time, because, again, that's kind of my, not beef, but kind of what I don't like about Gunstar is it's like, once you get, like, a really good weapon, there's really no reason to change or try anything else. It's like, it's just kind of pointless. You kind of just feel like you're better off just holding down the button and letting it kill for you. Yeah, Chris Pratt as Mario is kind of an odd choice. He seems like kind of a choder, but I don't usually judge celebrities. It's not really my thing. Huh. Okay, now what? I don't know what I was supposed to do there. It wasn't fall down. Like I said, like I also would have said that Andy Samberg would have made a good Dale, or you know, not that I ever thought about someone voicing Chip and Dale, but like I think if you take something and make it funny and absurd, then it can be good. But I guarantee that Mario movie will not go that direction. I remember really liking the original Mario movie with John Leguizamo. But I was also a kid, so what the fuck do I know? Look, Heady, no Keymaster. Heather beat you to it, but now she's gone too? Okay. I don't know what that meant. Something about secret points? I'm not really sure. Deca says Dynamite Headdy is one of my all-time favorites. That's awesome. It's definitely one that I'd never heard of, and I kind of discovered later on, and it's up there. I have over here like my 10 favorite Genesis games, and this is an easy one. It's pretty fucking weird, but it's definitely pretty great. Oh, God damn it, I actually didn't mean to do this. If I press A again, will I just end? Yeah, I really don't care. It's a really great idea, this little mini game. In concept, it's pretty cool, but I just don't enjoy playing it. I don't know if whenever people ask like a question, I assume you're asking me, but you may just be asking everybody. I've actually never played the Saturn. I definitely wanted one as a kid because they made a game for one of my favorite comics, Scud the Disposable Assassin. But yeah, I've never played one. My collecting stops at the disc games. Like I do have some Sega CD games, and I have some Wii games and stuff, and I have a GameCube, but none of the PlayStation or anything like that. I just it just feels like too much work for me to like to get into and worry about the durability of discs. Like I just I don't have CDs anymore for that reason. I could never keep them up, whereas these games, even the ones in really bad condition, still work. Stair Wars. I feel like it wasn't really about hitting that guy, it was about getting to the top. It's kind of what I mean about this game. You never really know what the objective is, so you kind of have to play through it a little bit to kind of get a sense of, am I supposed to be fighting this guy, or am I supposed to just be escaping? One thing you can't really tell without playing it is the platforming is it's not precise. Like you don't have to be perfect. It kind of does the jumping for you. It's actually kind of hard to miss your target. Like this looks like I'm maybe jumping really well, but it's actually pretty much done for you. Not this game necessarily like holds your hand or something like that, but it does make things like this not impossible, because this could be very, very difficult. I mean, it still is. I'm still going to die, but... It's like, I can't really tell if this is going to end or if it's just going to go on forever until I kill this dude. if I'm just avoiding the inevitable. You know what that feeling is like when you just like can't tell if you're spinning your wheels or you're actually accomplishing something. If anyone knows the secret to this, you can just tell me. Yeah, the thing is that I love disc-based games. I have a PlayStation 4, so it's not really about that. It's just hard for me to collect. First time I ever posted on YouTube. Big fan. Just usually watch on the TV. Oh, cool. Just wanted to show some support. Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, super. I believe you're supposed to kill the flying guy. Yeah, that makes sense. What's up? That's awesome you watch on the big screen. That's how my nephew watches it. It makes me feel like the coolest uncle ever. So I think that's really awesome. Well, that was fun. Not doing so well, guys. I think now you told me I had to kill this guy. I'm like, fucking it up. Jeez. Yeah, that was rough. I would really hate for this to be where I die. Because, yeah, I've never made it this far. It's pretty cool. This definitely reminds me of Bloodlines, which I played a couple weeks ago, where you get to the Leaning Tower of Pisa is just like this. It's a rotating tower that you kind of jump across. This is way easier, but still pretty cool. Oh, fuck me. Come on, dude. Huh. I can't really tell when you can hit him. Seems like I'm hitting him and then the next 10 shots just bounce off him. I get this whole spiel about how easy it is to platform here, and now all of a sudden I'm getting knocked off constantly. Alright. Gonna beat it. Somehow. Can I go back? Yeah, okay. That's not a good thing. Okay. Okay. Shit. Yeah, he's got some kind of invincibility. I can't really tell. It's like, it's really hard to pinpoint per se. Like, I thought it was maybe something to do with the light on him that was blinking, but that's not what's happening. Cool. That sucked. Alright. Alright, so maybe there I'm missing something and you get a chance to continue, but that's a bummer. Let's see. Looks like you're mostly getting hits on the cat's face. What am I supposed to be hitting? Gets much harder from here. Cool. Oh, jeez. I'm debating whether I want to play this again. I thought maybe I would play this for I don't know how long. I think so. Now I'm debating whether I want to switch to a different game or not. What do you guys think? The other game I was going to play, which is honestly harder than this, and I will not get very far in, is Comic Zone, just because it's kind of come up a little bit. Do you guys want me to play this again, or do you want to see some Comic Zone? I don't really give a shit. I'll play whatever. I've got a bunch of other Genesis games too, but some of them I want to save for another time. Some of them I probably have to clean before they'd work, but if there's a different game you guys want to see, I will take the votes. Ugh, and just hang out for 1 second. Actually, I'm going to blow in us. I'll be right back. That's actually way better. Okay. All for Comic Zone. Let's go. Yeah, the other game, if this really sucks, then we're going to play some X-Men too. Because kind of, you know, I figured I could play Dynamite Headdy for a little bit. I never really thought I could play X-Men 2 or this game for very long. This game is really hard, but X-Men 2 is really amazing, but I kind of get to a point where I'm not really sure what to do, so yeah, we're going to play some Comic Zone. Play this game more. Yeah. It's really interesting. It has a cool style. I don't think it's as good as people kind of make it out to be. Like, I do think it's really interesting, and they went for some ambitious things here, but I much prefer the insanity of Dynamite Headdy to this, where it's like just way too fucking hard. It does have this very cool intro, which is why I haven't pressed start yet. All right. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like a Elvis impersonator singing Sega. This is definitely what people thought looked really cool in the early 90s. Is a dude with a ponytail and jorts. $19.95. I can't remember. My Sega knowledge is not as deep as my NES knowledge, but I feel like that's right around the time where this where the Genesis ended. Alright, so let's see. See, switches between them. Okay, wasted that. So yeah, it's kind of like a beat 'em up, but you're also in a comic, so it like Jesus Christ. I'm admittedly not gonna. And then you can kind of like choose different paths, different parts of the panel to jump through. Ugh. Ugh. I just never really figure out what the strategy is here. It definitely feels like you're button mashing, so maybe there is some like real strategy to how do you attack people. So let's go down. Sure, why not? By the way, this is like a Cool World before. This is a comic that you were drawing that you got sucked into. Already way sexier than Cool World somehow. Oh yeah, pick up this rat. I'm sure he's very useful. And then you can... Oh, okay. Okay. It's gonna be something in the sewer. Aquaman is here. I can't remember what the rat does. I think you can like put him down and he like scares enemies or something. I can't remember. You are not of our breed. Ew. I think this guy's coming on to me. He's definitely taking 10 billion hits. Jesus Christ. I think in general I'm kind of just a hater on the on single player beat 'em ups. This is, it's not really like a, it's kind of an adventure game sort of. It has elements of it. But it really is just a beat 'em up. I feel like it's just a genre that was like made to be played with a second person. The like little bits of teamwork you can fit in there kind of break up the monotony of exactly what I'm doing right now, which is like repeatedly punching this guy 100 times. Looks like the end of the first page. Okay. Can I run? No. Thanks, bud. Oh, hey. Yes, what the fuck was that? Alright, guys. We're playing Comic Zone. If you, oh yeah, Rest Star is a good one. You know, I never really, get very far in that either. That's one I would definitely throw in as the second game after one of these. Huh. I tried to use a bomb to open that door. Okay. And that's it, yeah. You get one fucking life. I tried to use the bomb to open that door and nothing happened. But I think that's what you're supposed to do there. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, Final Fight for the Super Nintendo is a great example of that, where it's like, why is this one player? This makes zero sense. Every other version is two-player with that one. But again, I don't develop games, so I'm sure there's a lot more that goes into it that I don't know about. I'm trying to do some combos or something, you know, and make this a little wilder to watch, but I can't really figure them out. If you guys got the hip inside info on what I'm supposed to do to make this dude blast away. Yeah, this is my friend Elizabeth now. She's not watching the stream, but she is texting me. I had a really great run the last few years. My friends and I would go out to LA to watch some soccer and go visit my friend Elizabeth, and we have not been since COVID, unfortunately, so hopefully maybe next year go out there again. I didn't think I would like Los Angeles, but I actually really do. It's a really, really fun place. I feel like... Alright. What? Kind of... Okay. It seems like it'd be a lot easier than it is. Down? What the fuck, dude? Okay. Okay. Creep? Hello, Striggle? This motherfucker, one, cannot design characters. This guy looks so stupid. He kind of looks like Iron Fist. But his name is Striggle? Come on, dude, that's not a name. No one is named Striggle. You can't make mistakes in this game. That is for sure. It does not give you any leeway. Like here, I don't know how you jump down and don't hit these flames. I have no idea. But I think you have to. Maybe you throw the bomb down. You also take damage with some of these, but you have to hit them in order to like open. Like you take damage to open up that door, for instance, but you have to in order to get through. I don't really understand it. But you have these other weapons like the mouse and the bomb and shit, but it seems like you don't really get to use them. Or you do, but it's like, I don't know. Either way, you're going to take damage. God fucking damn it. That's ridiculous. Alright, what I miss? Drop the gray box down the hatch. How do you do that when you're on the right of it? Maybe I don't move it too far. Yeah. YouTube says you're still playing Dynamite Headdy. Yeah, I don't really know how to change that. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to. I'm too lazy. I've been trying to figure out a good way to I feel like most people, when I see that they're streaming something, it says just like that they're streaming. It doesn't really say what game specifically they're playing, and maybe they adjust it later. I've been on kind of a regimen of I play something until I beat it or I give up, and then I usually have a second game waiting. So, yeah, I apologize if you came here wanting to watch Dynamite Headdy. You're going to have to rewind if you want to watch that, but it's a really great game. Check it out. Instead of playing Comic Zone, even though I've never really been a big fan of this game, it kind of drives me crazy, but I'm giving it a shot. The game I really want to play on this channel is Toe Jam and Earl. It's one of my favorite games. I think it's probably the most interesting Genesis game conceptually, from a design perspective. I don't think there's anything like it. And the thing is, I want to play it with my. All right, so let's see if I can. Okay, that worked. I really want to get my buddy over to play it, who I grew up playing with and is one of my best friends. So it's just a struggle. He's busy and elusive. The 1-2 combo. Yeah, like you take a little bit of damage just to open that cage. So is there another way to open it, or is it just that you have to take damage at all times, which is kind of bullshit? Alright, Striggle, where you at? Not just one, but two Striggles. God damn it. Oddly enough, this reminds me a lot of The Tick. Did anyone ever play that game? Awful game. But something about the style of their movement there reminded me of characters in The Tick. Say, don't give up. What would All Might do? Did I miss that? Is that the name of the character? I do give up a little too easily. I'm trying to be a little better about it with my footage, especially for some of the games. I tend to just talk about like the first. I talk about the game, but I usually just show the first stage because I'm just lazy and trying to be a little better about getting a little deeper. But for instance, like I said, I played what the fuck is that game called? Crown Conquest, and it just drove me crazy. And so I played it as far as I could, and I could have made it further with some cheating, but I just decided that honestly, like, if I needed more footage, I could come back to it later, but I really didn't want to come back to it, so I moved on. Same with Darkwing Duck. I played like 3 levels of it, and I don't know how I beat any of that because I hate that game. But then I found out there's 3 more levels after that, which is good to know, but I don't care enough to know what's beyond that. Fuck you. Fuck you. You just shouldn't have games that you can die. Like, that's one jump. I played for 15 minutes to die on the slightest thing that I missed there. Fuck that. Fuck that. Alright, we're playing X-Men 2. We're going all the way around the world with this one, guys. Will it work? No. Fuck. Alright, well, let's switch for a second. Rather than play any more of that, or switch back to Dynamite Headdy, we're going to clean this copy of X-Men 2, The Clone Wars. And while I'm doing that, why don't you guys tell me what's going on? I've got mostly family stuff this weekend. Watch a little soccer. That's about it. Work on videos. Pretty much my life. Try to avoid getting a real job. Or at least getting back to work on the job I already had. I'm using Brasso. If you guys don't ever clean your games, I usually clean them before I stream on here just to make sure they work. Because, yeah, I don't like doing exactly what I'm doing right now. But I didn't clean this one. I didn't think I was going to play it. Let's see if that did it. This game is not infamous, but it just starts without any warning, as you just saw. And if you press reset, I don't know if you've ever played this. Let's switch back. It'll just pick a random character. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to play as Cyclops. Cyclops sucks. Then, yeah, let's restart and play as Wolverine. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah. If you never played this game, it fucking rules. It does get very hard, as is true of most every game, but you play as a bunch of the X-Men. You can switch characters at the beginning of each stage, not on the fly. And they each have kind of different positives and negatives, although Wolverine is pretty awesome. He can jump on walls, and if you just wait, like if I just sit here, he recovers health. Golden's mustard. Yeah, that'd be pretty disgusting. This game is nuts. Are we still talking? I'm confused. Sorry, because I've switched to X-Men 2. If you came here to watch Dynamite Headdy, and then you came here to watch Comic Zone, well, surprise, motherfucker, I am playing X-Men 2, The Clone Wars. And again, I kind of thought about playing this, like, as its own stream, but I've played it before, and I just didn't think there'd be enough that I could play it for, like, several hours. I just knew that I would probably die almost immediately. Oh boy. If you hear that sound, that's Wolverine getting more life. He has his mutant ability is actually in this game. In the first game, his mutant ability is bringing his claws out, which is super annoying. And I think it takes life. I can't remember what it does, but it's not good. Whereas in this one, it's basically he always has the claws, but he slowly builds up healing. Like right now, I went from 2 to 3. Is this one where you have to reset the console? No, that's the first one. I've never understood that. It doesn't make any sense. The first one is not as good as this. This game is way better in every way possible. You can play as Wolverine, Beast, Psylocke, Gambit, and Nightcrawler, not Colossus, Cyclops, and then at some point Magneto will join the squad. I'm not sure why they chose to do it this way, where you start the game just randomly. And then you'll see once I beat this level, the credits will roll. Like we just turned it on. I have no idea why they thought this was such a cool, clever idea, but they did. Not to be confused with Capcom's version. Capcom did a Super Nintendo version of this, which is very different and very hard. I feel like I'm just going to say that about every game today. They're all really hard. And look, now you got the credits. Talking about the X-Men arcade game. Yeah, that shit rules. The six-person X-Men arcade is one of the best ever made. I don't know, there's some story. I feel like I always play as Wolverine and just blast through this, so let's try somebody else just for fun. Let's try... I never played as Psylocke. Let's try Psylocke. What is her? Okay. That's not very effective. Maybe it only works on people. Let's see. Yeah, that move sucks donkey balls. Alright, I don't know what the point of that is. That's unfortunate. Now I really wish I hadn't picked her. I almost always use Wolverine because of the healing factor. Because if you just get into trouble, it's easy to use him. But Nightcrawler is really fun. You can teleport with him. So it just makes the stages a little more dynamic. And you can teleport forward and up. So you can kind of just move around a lot quicker. If you never played it, this level is about destroying computers or something, and they send an electrical signal that then opens doors. You can get shocked by it like that. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in Psylocke here. That her power doesn't seem to be capable of doing anything. It's pretty annoying. Oof. And nothing's up there. Okay. What this is a like giant sentinel assembly plant. It's actually a really interesting idea because it's like you can kind of start to see his legs there until eventually you get right up to the head. It's just something, I mean, it's just a nice detail. Something you would never see on the NES because it couldn't do something like this, but on the Genesis, the possibilities are, well, not endless, but less endful. Oof. Oof. Come on, girl. You can jump slightly better than that. Oh, come the fuck on. She have a, oh, okay. That's me. She has a double jump. There you go. Yeah, Psylocke sucks. Gambit has like a similar range of attack, but he also can throw things at a distance. Yeah, that was pretty lame. Alright, let's use Gambit. Fuck it. Definitely Star Wars. Yeah, for sure. I was just talking about Mutant Apocalypse. It's very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. And in that way, I don't really enjoy it. It's like very difficult to beat each person's stage, let alone beat all of their stages. And it's kind of similar to this. You get no continues, so it's very frustrating. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played it in a while. I do like that you can do the dragon punch in it. Like, it has Street Fighter controls, so you can do super moves by inputting, you know, quarter circle kind of movements. That's pretty neat. You don't really see that in a lot of just action games that aren't fighting games. So Gambit's got this kind of jump kick that's way better, but he's also got the cards so he can hit things from long range, like, and you can charge it up. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, you can charge it up, not that it's super effective. But he's definitely way better than Psylocke, so that's a good start. Again, no more Dynamite Headdy. We are moved on to X-Men territory for some reason. I can't tell you why. This is just where my mind went. Hopefully that looks okay. It looks okay to me. Like I said, I've been really trying to get this picture to look better, the Genesis picture, because for the longest time it looked like shit. And it definitely looks better now. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better. Pretty much all I do on my channel is talk about NES games, so I really wanted to be able to at least stream something different. And so I was really bummed when I couldn't really figure out how to get the Genesis to work. I have a bunch of Super Nintendo games too, but I don't feel like they're a lot. Most of them are longer games, like Chrono Trigger or something, and I'm trying to play more one and done titles than I am like every week play the same game. I don't know if maybe that's something people would rather see, but for me, I just feel like it's more fun to do something that's self-contained. So if you didn't watch it the week before, or you don't really like the game, you don't have to sit through 18 more streams of it or whatever. But different strokes, I don't know. You guys tell me, I'll do whatever you want, I don't care. I say that, but then I'll then pick whatever game I feel like. At some point, I will probably like put a poll out there if there's like specific games you guys would rather see. We can try something else. Hello, Dr. Biz, and hello, everyone. If I haven't said hello, hello. Let's try Nightcrawler, just for kicks. So Nightcrawler, you kind of like hold down his mutant ability, which is all the mutant abilities are with A. And then you can, I think you can hurt enemies. Yeah, let's see. If I don't run right into them. The only downside, he's a little stumpier than Gambit or something. Like, you can do that, which it wasn't, I actually meant to hurt the guy, but, and I'm just getting killed here trying to show off, but there are sections like, let's see if there's a wall I can show you. Like, I think you can, there's certain parts where you can teleport through obstacles, so let's see. Let's see if we can find a good one. So you can do that. Yeah, I find his attacks aren't really as, what's the word? They're not as precise as I want them to be. Like, I'm kind of jumping and kicking, but I often find that I'm just hitting the air or that I'm getting hurt when I do it, which is pretty annoying. Like, can you teleport through here, I think? No. Okay, never mind. So the teleport's worthless. It looks really cool, and it's actually really fun to use just for kicks. But, yeah, maybe it's not super effective. If you're wondering where I'm going, the answer is I don't know. This looks really complicated because everything kind of looks exactly the same. But it's pretty linear. It looks like it's open-ended, but you kind of always reach a point where you'll find either a computer or a door, and that's, so it's like pretty obvious where you're going next. Oh, there's a sentinel head. I mean, that looks fucking awesome. See if I can, nope. Oh. Living that sweet Cali beach life. That sounds pretty tight, dude. I gotta say. I'm jealous. I was listening to NPR earlier, which I don't usually do, but they were talking about just water, and that shit sucks. Talking about how the Colorado is about to dry up, which is pretty goddamn depressing. Which is, sorry, we said Cali, that's immediately what I thought of. It's just water. Something you don't really think about. Not to bring it down here, just shit like that you just never think about. That there's any kind of finite nature to something like water. Or really any resource. We just don't really experience that, especially in America, so it's just weird to hear about that there are places that they're still building in Arizona around Phoenix and stuff that literally have no access to water. They haven't figured out how to get it outside of the ground, and there's a finite amount of groundwater. Anyway, that's James's NPR update of the day. I really don't. I like only listen to music now in the car, just whatever I feel like, and then sometimes if I can't get to work, I'll listen to NPR. But more out of laziness than purpose. It's fine, but I just immediately feel like my parents when I listen to it. I can't do it for more than a couple minutes. I feel like giving myself a wedgie. I mentioned it, and I said about every game tonight. This game it's pretty tough. It's not the hardest it does give you plenty of kind of health things here. And if you play as Wolverine, you can kind of take your time and just kind of keep getting, like, keep using his mutant power, and you can stay in the level longer. But otherwise, it just takes some practice. I'm not playing very well, or really very carefully, because I'm just kind of showing you guys the characters and dicking around here for a little bit. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's really not that hard until later. But it is still pretty hard. I don't know what games for the 16-bit era are easy, but they're not. Yeah, I think Nimrod is the boss. I think we're just going to go back to Wolverine here, because I'm tired of losing. Well, it doesn't seem to be good for string with longer games, maybe for a multi-part video series. Yeah, maybe. The only game I've really played so far for a video that was multi-part was The Legend of Ghost Lion. And I kind of hated it. Like, not the game. The game is fine. It's a little annoying, but it was just a lot of work. I have a very limited amount of time to get what I want to get done. So I have kind of intentionally chosen games that aren't very involved. But recently, I mean, I've played stuff like Legacy of the Wizard and like Metroid and stuff, and I try to get enough footage that it doesn't look like I just played the first level, but like I really just don't have the time to like really play those. So the easiest place to do something like that is here on a stream where I've like, you know, absolutely committed that I'll be playing something for 2 hours at a time at least. So something like Zelda 2 or something. But it's funny, I played Aladdin on a stream recently, which is not a long game, but and then the next video that'll come out next week is about the PAL version of it, and the PAL NES version, which I didn't know about until pretty recently. And all it is like a really shitty version of the Genesis game. And so I streamed the Genesis game, not really realizing I was going to make a video about the PAL one. And then I had to go back and completely re-record all the footage of Genesis, because it doesn't look the same on stream as it does when I'm recording on my computer. So I had to go back and play the whole game again. I like beat it twice within a couple days, just so I could get the footage. That game sucks, by the way. Spoiler! I think I want to go this way. If I remember correctly, Wolverine's power only works if you're really low in life. Like your life bar is blinking. It won't just regenerate right now. Which I get, because that would really make this game pretty easy. You could just wait and have full life all the time. But it would be kind of cool. You can see how much easier this is to play with him. I don't know if it's just like the way his claws work, but like it really is so much easier to control and hit people. Look, I'm at the end. I did not die. Alright. I feel like I want someone who's gonna fire something here, so let's go with Cyclops. Even though I never pick him. Sure, I mean, only if you actually feel... I want to play a lot of stuff, dude. It's not about desire at this point. There's so many PlayStation 4 games I haven't played that I want to play pretty badly, but it's just about time. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Whew. Cyclops, not so much. He's pretty tough. This is why when I'm not streaming, all I do is play as Wolverine. Because he's just way easier to control. Yeah. Oh yeah, give me all that life. And then you get a cool escape level. What's up, Jay? Edwin Bailey? Yeah, this game rules. Your health is gradually rising even without resting. Yeah. So now we got a little bit of a timed exit, so Wolverine's health isn't super helpful now because we can't slow down. Or yeah, which would be the easiest way to do it without getting hit. But yes, it will recover even if we don't stop per se. No, not that way. What am I missing? Shit. So we're literally backtracking through the entire level. Which is actually, for me, harder than going through it the first way. For some reason, it feels more confusing. Luckily, you have the Sentinel to look at. Even though I just passed 2 Sentinel abs in a row. So I guess it's not the same Sentinel. I always assumed it was one. Maybe it's several. Oh boy. Like that. I mean, I would have guessed you just went straight. And if you saw there was like a little electric fence there, which is kind of trying to tell you not to go back, basically. Which is, yeah, that's pretty neat. At least they put something in place so you're not just wandering aimlessly forever. That's it. Alright. Hooray! Yeah, that's great. I was wondering how that looked for you guys. When you're playing, you don't really notice because you're just staring at one person. One little sprite on the screen. But in my peripheral vision, it looked like, yeah, everything was shaking like crazy. We don't care about any of this. I think we're just going to stick with Wolverine for the rest of this. So now we go to Avalon, which is Magneto's, like, asteroid community for all his homies. It's in a bunch of, my time reading comics really was like the when this game came out, like the mid-90s. So I remember these kind of storylines pretty well. This is like the era when Wolverine lost his adamantium and stuff. Asteroid M was like very prominent, and all these really pretty lame characters that didn't really show up again. All of his acolytes, including Colossus, if anyone read the comics or anything. I was a big X-Men fan back in the day. I am still to some extent. I just haven't really read it in years. I have watched just about every cartoon though. I tried to watch X-Men animated series pretty recently. It was okay. I've always known it was kind of rough. It definitely did not age super well. Let's try somebody else. Screw it. But it's still pretty fun. Plastic Man comics. Interesting. Yeah, the Bone Claw days. Now you know what I'm talking about. It's weird to me to think, I don't know if anyone read comics. It was just part of my childhood. I read a lot of comics. And then as I got older, then I read more collected comics, trade paperbacks. I'm just getting lit up here. I don't know what I'm doing. So it's funny to think back on like going to the comic book store and buying a comic every month. That used to be a way that I read things. I mean, an X-Men comic was probably 20 pages with really not that much happening. So I'm not doing very well there. So it's like pretty funny to think back on that. I would like get really excited to read 20 pages where they might not even fight anybody. They just kind of run around and talk about stuff. Nowadays I do still read comics, but I read them collected. So like, yeah, like I have Watchmen, for instance. I have issues of Watchmen, but I don't like pull them out. I read the collected edition of it because reading one comic takes like 5 seconds. I just finished one which I've read before, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. It's called Asterios Polyp, and it's if you guys know comics at all, it's the guy who is David Mazzucchelli. He illustrated like Batman Year One and some of the like Daredevil stuff that Frank Miller did. He like worked with Frank Miller and some stuff. But it's like a comic about this guy who's like he's like an architect, and he's kind of a dick. And yeah, there's not really a lot that happens in it. It's just kind of it's one of those graphic novels. It's an actual graphic novel. I don't think it was ever published as a comic, where it's just about, it's like a very loose story and more based on like some philosophical exercises than it is like a gripping narrative or something. But it's pretty cool. It looks cool as shit. And yeah, some of the, not really the ideas, but some of the stories I actually like. It's very sweet. The characters and stuff are pretty good. Anyway, check it out. I can't remember who. Oh yeah, my homie Jay. I don't remember why we got on that, but it was something I hadn't heard of, and I frequently am looking for like a graphic novel that I haven't read that I would really like. So it was pretty cool to read one that I actually did like that I hadn't heard of. All right, that's plenty. I like the first few seasons of the X-Men cartoon. Yeah, it just gets a little hectic after that. Oh man, the Marvel trading cards. Yeah, I had a ton of those. I still do somewhere. I don't remember what were they called. They were like the Hildebrandt brothers. It was like two guys who illustrated, and they were the hot shit for Marvel trading cards. They're just like paintings of Wolverine or Nightcrawler or something. It's pretty interesting. Guys, I'm gonna call it there. Like I said, next week, hopefully my buddy Steven will be here. We're going to play some Streets of Rage. If not, I need to think about a game I really want to play here, because I like to play Dynamite Headdy. I'd really like to play something I can play for a couple hours that I'm not going to immediately hate. And I think it needs to be something that has multiple continues, which I thought that did, but it didn't give me any continues, so maybe I just missed something. But let me think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to play some of the Mega Men, because I haven't really played them as much. I had 4 as a kid, and I played 2 a lot, but I'd like to play 5 and 6, if you guys are interested. Yeah. Other than that, have a good night. Oh, yeah, wait, I can get a little bigger. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. And, yeah, I'll have new episodes on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know what else I got. I'm not plugging anything else. Have a good night. Yay, bye!